again. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to do the Stork stand balance test. So again, you're going to need a timer for this test. You can use a stopwatch or you can use your phone. So this is the Stork stand balance test, testing static balance. This one's a little more challenging than the sharpened Romberg test that I just demonstrated in the last video. It's more challenging because we have a narrower base of support. We're standing on a single leg or having the client stand on a single leg and they have to lift their heel. So it's a very narrow base of support, which makes it a little bit more of a challenging test. Okay, so Stork stand balance test. What you're gonna have the client do is stand on one leg. So I'm gonna start by standing on my left leg. It doesn't matter which one they start on. And then they're gonna place that other foot, the raised leg foot, somewhere on that stance leg. So it can be wherever they're comfortable. Down here, here, on the knee, wherever they're most comfortable, it doesn't matter. They're gonna place their hands on their hips for this test. And for this test, they keep their eyes open. So that's one of the differences between this test and the sharpened Romberg test. In the Romberg test, they closed their eyes. So in the Stork stand, they keep their eyes open and the hands are on the hips this time. And you're gonna start your timer when they lift their heel off of the ground. So they don't have to lift it high, but they have to lift the heel off of the ground. You're gonna start the timer. And you're gonna stop the timer when one of the following things happens. Either that foot comes off of the stance leg, they drop their heel or they lose balance, or their hands come off of their hips, or they exceed 60 seconds with this one, because again, we don't want to have them testing forever. So if they exceed 60 seconds, go ahead with good form, go ahead and stop the timer, stop the test, that's really good. But then again, stop it if their hands come off, if their foot loses contact with the stance leg, or if their heel drops down to the floor. So again, a little bit more challenging of a test because we're decreasing points of contact by going to a single leg, but then also really minimizing the base of support by lifting the heel off the ground. So if you look at your lab packet for this one, so this is the Stork stand test. So there is normative data for the Stork stand test here. So you're going to compare your client's result on both the right and the left legs to the data that exists. So for example, if you can see this, a male who is able to exceed 50 seconds would be in the excellent category for the Stork stand. A female who was able to hold the position for 25 seconds would be in the good category. So that's how you're going to classify your data, and you'll record that on your data sheet here under the Stork stand test. Right leg stance, how long they held it, and what their rating is according to the normative data, so classify it. Their left leg, how many seconds they held it, and how that rates or classifies according to the data, and then what's the difference between the right and the left sides. All right, so that's the Stork stand test for static balance.